Hey guys, it's Austin, and WWDC, the Worldwide Developer Conference that Apple has every year, just got done, and one of the things that was announced there was iOS 11. And right now, if you're a developer with an Apple ID developer account, you can go ahead and download the developer beta of iOS 11. And I don't have a developer beta account, but I still got iOS 11 on my phone. And I figured I would show you guys around and show you guys what's new with this version of iOS. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So right off the bat, we're looking at the lock screen right here. You can see that when you're playing music, your lock screen is a little bit different. It used to have the entire lock screen blurred. Now you don't have that. You have just a little, kind of looks like a very big notification widget sort of thing going on the screen. You can swipe up and you get your new notification center. And the cool thing about this is it's really well optimized for phones with 3D touch. So pretty much all of these toggles you can 3D touch to get more info on. So the brightness slider you can enable night shift if you 3D touch it and get more fine controls of the brightness. The volume doesn't do that much. Do not disturb doesn't do anything. Same with screen rotation, but like Wi-Fi you can screen rotate on, and you get to your like AirDrop and personal hotspot menu, things like that. Flashlight you get like 5 different levels of brightness, camera, whatever you want to do, that sort of thing. And unlocking the phone, what you might have noticed in my control center, which is new, you can do this in the settings. It's been something that whenever I've jailbroken a phone, I've done this, and it's really cool that they put it natively in iOS. You can add whatever controls, like whatever toggles you want in iOS into the control center. And with that, they introduced screen recording. They didn't mention this at the developer conference publicly, but I was digging around the settings and I found it. So if you're trying to save those Snapchats, this is probably the way to do it without screenshotting them knowing. So I put flashlight, camera, low power mode, screen recording. That's not default, and you have all of these different toggles that you can add. And one of the new things is do not disturb while driving, which basically just means while you're driving, it mutes all notifications. And there's also like some new text font, just around the whole OS overall. And you have a new control center. I'm sorry, notification center. So basically, when you swipe down from the top of the phone, it looks like a duplicate of your lock screen, but you have this earlier today thing, so you can swipe up and see all notifications from earlier today that you haven't cleared or dismissed. Um, Whatever. The only thing that I don't like about it is sometimes will think without seeing that I'm at the lock screen, and I'll go to unlock my phone and it won't always swipe up like that. But by the way, that's the other new thing is there's some new animations in this version of iOS. As long with some new designs, like your cellular bar thing is a little bit different of a design, and down in the dock down here you don't have what's it called, like little names for each of the apps, which is cool. And there's other things like the calculator app. A lot of apps have been redesigned. Like the calculator app, for example, has an all black background, which makes me think that the next iPhone will have an OLED display, and Apple's doing this to save battery life, which I think is pretty cool. Another thing is, since you have sliders for the volume now, maybe the iPhone 8 won't have volume buttons. I did a video about that, so I'll have it linked below. You guys can check that out. Maybe it won't have volume buttons and you'll just use this slider. But yeah, there's also in the messaging app, you have instead of an app button, you have like all these different apps down here that you can slide through all your different iMessage apps. And there's some behind the scenes stuff too. Let me go and open the settings. So, for example, if I go into general iPhone storage, it'll show me how much storage I've used and how much I have remaining, but there's also some recommendations if you're trying to save storage. So if I can save up to like 4 gigs, if I back up photos to my iCloud photo library, you can delete stuff. Your messages, like attachments, stuff like that, can go into iCloud. And it will show you apps that you last used and how much storage they're taking up. Just so you can see like, oh, maybe I don't need this app on my phone. I don't really use it that much. And there's like some new app icons in general, part of the whole redesign thing. And Siri is now smarter on this version of iOS. And there's just a lot more behind the scenes stuff like Apple's Metal and all the other stuff that makes your iPhone work together. Like this, all the parts just work together. It's been like redesigned So pretty much every iPhone that installs iOS 11 will be about twice as fast or just a lot faster while using the same amount of power. Now, I don't know what to tell you guys who have an iPhone 5S or 6, ones that don't have 3D touch, with these 3D touch, because a lot of iOS 11 is designed around 3D touch. So people who don't have 3D touch in their iPhones, Apple didn't say anything about you guys. I'm sure it won't affect you too bad, but I don't really know what to say. And there's also a built-in file manager inside of iOS 11 right there. And the camera app is just a little bit different now when you go to use filters. So I'm just showing you guys there's like a bunch of little random designs. This is a developer beta, so if you can install it, just know you'll have some bugs. Like right now, I can't take any photos. But yeah, not much is different with iOS 11, but what is different I think is really cool, and I really like the direction that iOS 11 is headed in. Anyways, go ahead and give this a like if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys like me doing these live streams. I did this when the Galaxy S8 came out, and I thought it turned out really good. And I plan on keeping on doing these if you guys keep liking them. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video or live stream, whatever I end up doing. Yeah.